Hello, you lovely, lovely people, and welcome to Hellhammer Gaming. For those who don't know, I've been on and off YouTubing for 2 years now. I also run a Twitch channel, which is doing better than YouTube because Twitch is just easier with streaming. But we're going to talk about the channel. Now, before we go anywhere, I have to apologise. I've not put any content up for a while. I'm working on videos now, but it's taking so much time putting videos together, and with work and running else, it's quite hard to do. So we're getting there with it. I've got some videos planned and in work on. I've got some videos planned on the way in action. I'm working on some videos right now for different things. Um, so going forward with this, I won't be talking about 40k anymore because I've decided I'm not going to play the game anymore. I'm I'm not happy with the way the game's gone. Two of my factions are just, yeah, there's nothing to say. One's basically been wiped out as they were. Don't want to use that. No point using them anymore. And the other one is a supplement, but the stuff in it is worse than the detachments for it, or worse than the book it's a supplement for. So it's like the Ravenwing Dark Angels, obviously. The Ravenwing detachment, it's just better to take the bike one out of the Space Marine Codex. Really. It's the way it's just an all round better detachment than the one that's pure Ravenwing. So I'm moving away from 40k. Not dabbled in new AOS yet, but I'll be getting rid of a lot of Age of Sigmar stuff and just focusing down to one army and one army only. At the moment, I've got three or four, possibly five different factions, and it's too much. So I'm going to condense myself down one faction, the Nighthorns. They're just brilliant. So they're the thing. Now, specialist games, we're moving away. I'm moving into more. There's three games I play that aren't the main Games Workshop games that they promote all the time. They're more of a specialist games. One is Blood Bowl. Now, if any of you follow me on Twitch, you know I play a lot of Blood Bowl online, so it makes sense to play the tabletop as well. So it makes a lot of sense working that way. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's funny. It's fun as hell. So going off that, that's a start. So Blood Bowl at the moment, we're just about to start our second season of Diva Bowl, which is the local group in Chester. It's the Blood Bowl community for that group. It's Diva Warcom. Shout out there, guys. Especially Ollie put this together, started it all off with help from those people that moved across from Geek Retreat after that went under in Chester. And we have a Blood Bowl league going for it, which is absolutely fantastic. The community's great. Done our first season, didn't do so well, but our second season, I'm looking forward to getting started on. Then we have the game I love. I can't get enough of this game, and every chance to play it, I'm taking it. I'm talking about Horus Heresy: Age of Darkness. Warhammer 30k. Such a better system than the system it was based on. Now, for those who don't know, Horus Heresy: Age of Darkness is based on the old 7th edition Warhammer 40,000. The problem with old 7th edition and why they got rid of it, or one of the reasons, Whereas when you've got all these different armies trying to compete with each other, it becomes hard to put a balance in. Then they added these what they call decorians, where your army was a detachment, a detachment made up of formations that gave you things, and some of them were a bit silly. There's some really silly cheese with them. One of which was the Necron one, which just destroyed the game. But what they've done with Heresy 2.0, which is what we're on now, they have looked at it and tidied up the core mechanics, and the factions are a lot more reduced. And the beauty of it is, if you're a Space Marine player, which you're playing Horus Heresy, why wouldn't you be? It's traitors versus loyalists, and the traitors and the loyalists both have their own book, but the main army list and rights of war, which is different ways of building your army, the generic ones, are the exact same whether you're traitor or loyalist. It's the exact same regardless. The only difference is when you add your legion traits, whichever of the 18 legions you pick, legion traits, the warlord traits for them, war gear for them, unique rights of war that they come with, even adding their special characters or special units in. It changes how your army plays just by adding a legion to it. So I've got a start of a Space Wolf army, and they are pretty much rip and rend in your face. Got a Night Lord's army, which I've started for Heresy, because it's just fun. I've always liked the Night Lords. The Night Lords trilogy is probably one of the best 40k books out there, in my opinion. That's just my humble opinion. It's one of the best series of books that 40k's got. And it's a series I can read over and over and over. And it got me liking Night Lords. Cruel, sadistic sods. We like that. But they're also cruel and sadistic to each other. So they've got a very morbid, dry sense of humour. And what you think is that's a bit naughty is a joke, is what they find as humour. It's really good. But I've started Night Lord's army. Now the Night Lords lean very heavily into the night fight rules, which are quite debilitating. And in a certain build becomes really debilitating because it basically forces nothing but leadership tests. And then we come on to my primary faction, the army I've got most models for, I've done the most work on, is the Dark Angels. Jack of all trades, very, very hard to use if you don't understand the game. I lose more than I win with them. I'll put that out there. But the Dark Angels are unique because if you know your fluff, they have the Hexagrammaton, the 6 wings. Now, with the Dark Angels, their Legion trait means you can pick one of those Hexagrammatons and attach it to a unit on a unit by unit basis. And you do that as you pick your army. So if you pick a tactical squad with bolters, take Stormwing. It's the one that gives you benefit with bolters. If you're running around with Assault Marines or anything with a sword, take Deathwing. You get benefits for having a sword. And if you build into it that way, you end up with an army that works really well on the battlefield. I mean, my favourite miniature at the moment is that. It's the last Dark Angel miniature I fully painted. My Librarian. Very Dreadwing. Dreadwing Librarian. Dreadwing is the naughty. We must exterminate something, so we will exterminate something, whether you like it or not. And that's my Heresy. I've also recently, the past 2-3 weeks, got back into Old World. I'm back playing Warhammer Fantasy, just like we used to. Now, back in the old days of Fantasy, before it changed to AOS, I was running quite a few armies. I had an Empire army, I had a Dwarf army, I had a Vampire Counts army, which was horrible to play against, was just nasty under the old 8th Ed rule, the last set of rules. I also had Bretonnians. Excuse me. I also had a Bretonnian army. Now, all those armies went missing in a move, so I've had to start this from scratch, which is good because I've got no hang-ups about, oh, I like that miniature, I want to add that, just even though it doesn't work. So what we've got now is they've taken the best parts of all previous editions, tidied them all up, and Old World is playing as a really good game. I've not played a game yet, but I'm slowly building up my force. Now, I've gone back to the first fantasy army I ever played. It was way back in the mists of time of 5th edition, I want to say. The Bretonnian Lizardman box in 1996 was when I got into Squarebase. And as a result, I now am doing a Bretonnian army because I just love mass cavalry charging up the battlefield. I'm a big fan of that scene from Return of the King. The Rohirrim come up and they charge at the Battle of Pelennor Fields. All that cavalry slamming through everyone. It's amazing. Such a vibe. And yeah, I've got there's an army there that lets me do that how I want it. So I'll do it. Good fun. So going forward, there are going to be some videos of there's going to be some painting videos going up. As I start painting other miniatures, show you the techniques I use to paint miniatures, because there's lots of videos out there showing you lots and lots of different ways. And no one way is right. The key is to watch all these videos, take the bits from all the other guys that do video paint videos, take the best bits from them, take the bits you like from them that work for you, and put them together to make your own. I mean, a lot of my painting now, miniatures wise, is if I'm doing Space Marines like Heresy, a lot of my painting now is dry brushing and shading. It's quick, it's easy, and the technique I use, the way I do it, especially with my Dark Angels, I can churn out units in what I can do a full unit, a full 10-man unit, start to finish in about 8 hours. Transfers, battle damage, the lot, including letting paint dry. It is doable. But I don't paint. I paint for tabletop more than, oh, I must make this look really amazing. The Librarian's an exception. Excuse me. That I went fully to town on. I took everything I've learned, all everything I've learned over the years to put that model together. Now looking at it, there's more I can do. I know there is. There's glazes, but if you keep looking at it and go, oh, there's a little bit more, you will never ever finish a miniature. So my Bretonnian's being done a bit different. The horses are getting done, layers, shading, highlighting, and all the rest of it. However, the knights, because they're armored, are pretty much going to be wash and dry brush because it works. So I'm doing a lot of different techniques. Yeah, Blood Bowl depends on the fact on the team. I'm doing a lizard team now, and they are pretty much a wash and dry brush job because of all the detail on them. And a few contrast paints from G Dubs. So going forward, There are some more videos coming, painting videos, fluff videos, videos about my army, where I'm up to with it, any events I'm going to for Heresy, Blood Bowl, Old World. There are a few other games I want to get into. Shatterpoint, Legion, Marvel Crisis Protocol, because I just want to paint Marvel miniatures. I've just got this urge to get Captain America and just paint Captain America because, you know. So it's only a short stream tonight, just to get us going. But next week I'll do a full stream. It'll be scripted. I'll have a layout. This was a spur of the moment stream, and I can't apologise enough for the lack of content over the past 2 years. Started off strong and it's just died off. Work and other things have got in the way. So, as well as focusing on my Twitch, which Hellhammer Gaming on Twitch, I'm usually streaming Blood Bowl. I am usually streaming Blood Bowl for that. So, give that a go. I will be streaming other games as and when. I've got a few on the way I'm looking to do, either through the PlayStation or the PC. Just depends on what setup I've got and what I'm doing that day. There'll be more. There are videos in progress. Videos coming, and I'll get them up and running, and we'll get a show. But guys, tell me what you want to see on the channel. What do you want from the channel? Because I've got loads of ideas, but if it doesn't work, I can't. There's no point making that style of content. So, if you've watched this or you're watching it on repeat because it's been done, like and subscribe. Let's get that algorithm going. Let's get us out there as a channel. The Twitch is going as a channel. I'm picking up followers there. This side, not so much. But Twitch is easier than YouTube, to be honest. But going forward, lots of content on the way. I'm working on a lot of stuff at the moment, as well as building, painting, working, recovering from an operation I've had this week. So that's knocked me back a bit. So like and subscribe. And from myself personally, thank you for sticking with the channel, those that are still with me. You are great. I do listen and I do my best to respond to every single comment you pour, even the stupid ones. It's just one of those things. Apologize for the quality of the stream. Still getting equipment and new things to make this stream work properly. But on that note, thanks for watching and have fun.